Hopefully I can see that. All right, let's get started. Okay, so I'm gonna go over the review. Okay, first, number 1 and number 2, very similar. They're working the same way. You're gonna use your calculator. Okay, so you can write this down in your notes, calculator. Okay, and you're gonna use R, R, E, F. You're gonna type that in with the keypad, and you're gonna use parentheses. Inside the parentheses, this is where you write, so this is where you type menu 711. Okay, now once you put that inside the parentheses, you're gonna make a 4 rows and 3 columns. Okay, it's gonna pop up inside your parentheses. It looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and you insert each number. So 3, 2, -2, 4, 2, 4, -3, 3, 4, 2, 1, 7, -7. Okay, enter all the numbers in, and enter on the last column will be your answers for X, Y, and Z in that order. Do the same thing for number 2. Use your calculator, RREF, parentheses. Inside the parentheses, you got to put menu 711. It's going to pop up 4 rows, 3 columns. And for these, there's a 3 for the X, a -2 for the Y, and then there's not a Z value here. So if there's not a value there, you put 0. Okay? Then the last value would be 8, and then so on. So this next row will be -2, +4, +6, 6. For the third one, X would be 1, Y would be 0, it's missing the Y value, and then 5, and then 8, hit enter, it'll pop up with your answers. Okay, so that's how you do number 2. Okay, so 1 and 2 are exact same, calculator, RREF, parentheses, menu 711. Okay, next one. All right, scroll down. Okay, so we're gonna find the domain and range of this. Okay, so if you graph this, it'll pop up like this. This is gonna shift 5 to the right, it's gonna shift 3 up, so it's gonna be like right here, and it's gonna look like this because it's negative, it's reflecting. Okay, so domain, this graph is going left and right forever. It's going to be all real numbers. So domain, all real numbers. Okay, for the range, okay, it's from bottom to top. So if we look at the bottom of this graph, it's got arrows going down, and it's all the way up to, this would be 3 up. So it's everything from 3 and below. 3 and below. So the range would be, Y is less than or equal to 3. Okay, so absolute value, main thing to remember, absolute value, this will be on your test, is for domain, it's all real numbers. Okay, so for number 4, solve the system equation, verify each solution graphically. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna use Desmos to graph this. So it's -x squared plus 9, -x squared plus 9. And then the other one was, I think, 2x plus 6. Or is it just x plus 6?
No, it's 2.
Okay, so I'm gonna clear the board. All right, so first thing, we have a point where it crosses here. So when you're using Desmos, it has a little gray dot when you click on there. Okay, that means it's something important. Okay, that first point, -3, 0. That is one answer. That's where it crosses. That's a solution. Up here, there's another gray dot, 1, 8. 1, +8. That will be that answer. Okay, so that's how you work it by using Desmos. Okay, so going back to the review.
Find it.
Oh, because I think so.
Oh, there it is.
Okay, those would be your 2 answers. All right, number 5. Okay, this is in standard form, and it wants it in vertex form. So a couple of rules that we have to remember, okay? This is your A value, this is your B value, this is your C value. So 3 is A, 18 is B, C is -1. So for standard and vertex form, it has to have the same A value. Okay, so if the A value is 3 here, that means it has to have a 3 here. So automatically cannot be this one and this one. Okay, they don't have an A value, doesn't have an A value, these two have the 3. Okay, the next thing is we look at the vertex, okay, and we plug in the vertex, okay, the first number inside here, okay, that has to flip. So if it's -3, when we plug it in, it becomes +3. This -3 is supposed to flip, but it stays the same, so we can eliminate this answer. Okay, just based off those 2 rules, you can eliminate and find your answer choice. Okay, also what you could do is you could graph this on Desmos. Okay, you could also graph this on Desmos, separate lines. If they match, that means it's correct. Okay, if it's the same graph, that means that'll be the same answer. Okay, number 6, which graph function represents a parallel that opens upward and has a vertex of 1, 3, and goes to the points 3, 4. Okay, so same thing with the rule with the vertex, right? We plug in 1 and 3. The 1 has to flip, so it needs to be -1, -1. This one's +1. It cannot be this one. Okay, the 3 stays the same. Okay, the 3 is the back number. It needs to be +3. That's good. This one's wrong. It flipped. It shouldn't flip. So it's between A or C. Okay, what you want to do is you want to graph each one of these on Desmos. Okay, and see which one crosses through the point 3, 4. Okay, so you graph this one, x minus 1. Let's go and try it.
Alright, so
I think it was x. Oh, you got it right there.
which one is it? The A and C?
A and C, yeah.
X minus 1.
Dude, what if it's not even on me?